accepting its challenge. The teams that have reached the state tournament this year are Green Forest, Heber Springs, Jonesboro, Fort Smith Northside, Little Rock Central, Stuttgart, Hope High School, and Pine Bluff High School. Now, earlier today we held quarterfinal matches, and these are the remaining four teams that we have. We have Fort Smith Northside, Heber Springs, Central High School, and Hope High School. We're ready to begin the first of the semifinal matches, and I would like to briefly explain how the game goes. I know the contestants know it, but we want to let our people in the audience and there in the TV audience also know how it goes. It consists of 4 quarters. The first quarter is a 5-minute round that has toss-up questions worth 10 points. The second quarter are toss-up questions. If a player correctly answers the question, he gets a 20-point bonus chance for his team. And the third round is made up of a 60-second round where they have 3 categories to choose from. Fourth round are toss-up questions in a 5-minute round. Now let's meet the players from the 2 teams in our first semifinal match. First, from Heber Springs High School, we have Captain Laura Hillard. Laura is a senior. She's a National Merit Commended student and enjoys reading and working with children. She plans to attend the University of Central Arkansas and pursue a career in pediatric nursing. Next is Frank Stokes, a junior. He has been selected to attend the Arkansas Governor's School, and his favorite subject in school is American history. He hopes to attend either the University of North Carolina or Vanderbilt. Next we have Nikki Ward, a senior. She has been an all-state band member and a girls' state delegate. She plans to attend Arkansas Tech University and major in music education. And lastly, we have Tommy Hillard, a sophomore who has interest in art. He enjoys sports and reading fiction. He's also interested in becoming a pilot or an artist. The alternate for this team is Jason Hayes, and Jason is a senior who enjoys listening to music. He plans to attend Baylor University. The sponsor of Heber Springs is Steve Storm. This is Heber Springs High School. The other team in this semifinal match is Northside High School from Fort Smith. Let's meet first the captain, Todd Soler, a senior. Todd is a National Merit finalist whose interests include architectural design and English. He plans to attend the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville and major in architecture. Next we have Corey Sparks, a senior. He's a National Merit finalist and a Telluride Summer Scholar. He also attended Boys State and Governor's School. He plans to attend Columbia University, and he wants to be a journalist. Next is Chuck Eastwood. Chuck is a senior. He also is the senior class president at Fort Smith Northside and has received awards in district and state FBLA competitions. Plans to attend the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville as an advertising major. And the last member of this team is Sam McIntosh, a senior. He's a National Merit finalist, and his favorite subjects are math and science. He plans to attend Hendrix College. The alternate on this team is Kenneth West, a senior. He's a National Achievement finalist who enjoys cycling and reading as hobbies. He plans to attend Washington University in St. Louis. And the sponsor of Fort Smith Northside is Larry Jones. This is Fort Smith Northside. Teams, we have a series of sounds that you will be hearing throughout this match. We just want to familiarize you with them and also our viewing audience. If you give a correct answer, this is the sound that you will hear. If you answer incorrectly, this is the sound. This sound is for time is out on a toss-up question. And this sound ends each quarter of play. Good luck, and here is the first toss-up question in this 5-minute round. Webster's Geographical Dictionary calls it the finest landlocked harbor in the Orient and one of the finest in the world. It's located in the Philippines. What is it called? Heber Springs, Frank.
Manila Bay.
That is a correct answer for 10 points. The name is the same, an ancient Egyptian city prominent during the Middle Kingdom and the home of Oedipus in Greek mythology. Northside, Corey.
Thebes.
Thebes is correct for 10 points. Hungary, Romania, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, and Greece form what group of states? Northside, Chuck.
Balkan states.
That is correct for 10. What was the instrument that Bach used instead of today's piano? Northside, Chuck.
Harpsichord.
Correct. This political party was organized from 1874 to 1876 by disgruntled farmers who favored an inflated currency as a means. Northside, Corey.
The Greenback Party.
The Greenback Party is correct for 10 points. Find the complement of an angle measuring 25 degrees, 52 minutes, 16 seconds. Heber Springs, Frank.
64 degrees, 48 minutes, and...
Incorrect answer. Northside, your opportunity. Sam.
65 degrees, 8 minutes, and 44 seconds.
That's incorrect. It's 64 degrees, 7 minutes, 44 seconds. What organization was created by Congress in the National Security Act of 1947? Northside, Corey.
The Central Intelligence Agency.
The CIA is correct. Who was trapped for a period of 28 years, 2 months, and 19 days before being rescued? Northside, Todd.
Robinson Crusoe.
Robinson Crusoe is correct. The next question. Rum, slaves, and molasses. These were the primary commodities of a highly profitable commercial route in the mid-Heber Springs. Frank.
The Triangle Route.
Judge. Incorrect answer. Let me finish the question for you, Northside. It was in the mid-1700s. By what name was this practice known? Northside, Todd.
Triangular trade.
The triangular trade is correct. Next question. What is the difference between ingenious and ingenuous? Northside, Corey.
Ingenious is very intelligent. Ingenuous is quite naive.
That is incorrect. Heber Springs. Frank.
Ingenious is very intelligent, and ingenuous is fake or false.
That's incorrect. I think what our judge was looking for was for ingenious, clever, rather than intelligent. Clever and ingenious means naive. Our next question. The square of a positive number added to twice the number is 48. What is the number? Northside, Corey.
6.
That is a correct answer. The next question. In Saint-Saëns' Danse Macabre, the rattling of bones is portrayed by what percussion instrument? Northside, Chuck.
Xylophone.
Xylophone is correct for 10 points. Next question. In contrast to most religions, it is considered to be the oldest religion in the world. Northside, Todd.
Hinduism.
Hinduism is a correct answer. Next question. Among Bergman's classic films was Intermezzo. Spell Intermezzo. Heber Springs, Frank.
Intermezzo.
Incorrect. Northside. Not in time. It's Intermezzo. Next question. It is a collection of money for payoffs or for personal use without proper accounting that sounds like it was left outside on a rainy and snowy Northside, Todd.
Slush fund.
Slush fund is correct. During the early 17th century, neither England nor France produced the quality of religious music that flourished in Italy and Germany at the same time. This is because the English and the French were each under the influence of a conservative Protestant branch. Name either. Northside, Chuck.
The Puritan Commonwealth of England.
That is a correct answer. The judge has ruled that's correct. Puritans or the Huguenots. Next question. What is the name? And that signals the end of the first quarter. While our teams relax, we have a score here of Northside 120, Heber Springs 10. After this moment of relaxation for the contestants here, we'll be back for the second quarter.
Well, this is it. Today is the final step on the long road to the Quiz Bowl finals. Each of you has worked hard together with your sponsors and captain. And although I'm not able to be with you today, I send you my heartfelt congratulations to all the teams for your efforts and accomplishments. As with any competition, not every team will be able to continue, but each of you can be proud of your outstanding achievements. So who will be the winner today? I think all of us can appreciate that there are no losers in this game. You're all winners.
Welcome back to the 1988 Arkansas Quiz Bowl. Some of the brightest students in Arkansas have been with us today through the earlier rounds that we have had today and also these rounds now. They have not only won their regional playoff competitions, but they've also defeated other regional winners through different parts of the state. We find ourselves in the second round of this first semifinal match between Fort Smith Northside and Heber Springs. The score again is Northside 120 and Heber Springs 10. Teams, this round consists of toss-up questions. If you correctly answer, your team gets an opportunity at a 20-point bonus question. And here's the first toss-up. What is the name for a retail outlet run by a company and selling only to its own employees? In time, Northside, Corey.
Company store.
Company store is correct for 10 points. And here's your first bonus, Northside. By what name does history better remember the character Richmond, who emerges victorious from the Battle of Bosworth Field at the end of Richard III? Captain?
Richard IV.
Incorrect. The answer is Henry VII or Henry Tudor. Next toss-up question. Brown University, the Ivy League school, is located in which state? Northside, Todd.
It's located in Rhode Island.
It is located in Rhode Island. That is correct. Here's your bonus question. Match the following enzymes with the substances they decompose. The enzymes: pepsin, lipase, invertase, amylase. And the substances: sucrose, starch, fats, proteins.
Peptides, protein. Yeah. What's this?
Captains, answers.
Amylase is sucrose.
Pepside starch.
Pepsides are starch. Lipase is fats.
Incorrect answer. It would be pepsin, proteins, lipase, fats, invertase, sucrose, and amylase, starch. So no credit there. Toss-up question. What's the term for international waters not within any one nation's jurisdiction but open to all? Northside, Corey.
The open seas.
That is a correct answer. Open seas or the high seas. And here's the bonus question. What was the name of the largest Japanese battleship of World War II, which was sunk on April 7th, 1945?
Yamamoto.
That is correct. Toss-up question. The land Leif Erikson called Vinland can be found in what Canadian province? Heber Springs, Frank.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland is correct. And here's your bonus question. How many grams of an alloy containing 45% brass must be combined with an alloy containing 60% brass to obtain 40 grams of an alloy containing 48% brass?
Eight grams.
8 grams? No, the answer is 35 grams. 35 grams. Toss-up. In what sport would you use such terms as lying shallow, cross kick, fly kick, and scrum? Northside, Chuck.
Soccer.
Incorrect. Heber Springs. Frank.
Australian rules football.
Incorrect. It would be rugby. Rugby. Toss-up question. What is 0.6% of 700? Heber Springs, Frank.
0.42.
Incorrect. Northside. Sam.
4.2.
4.2 is correct for 10 points. And here's your bonus question, Northside. What process carried on by algae separates them from fungi?
Photosynthesis.
That is a correct answer for 20 points. Toss-up question. If someone called you a profligate, would he mean you are stingy, wasteful, or vain? Northside, Corey.
Wasteful.
Wasteful is correct for 10 points. Bonus question. Match the biography with its subject. Here are the books. Carl Sandburg's The Prairie Years, Arthur Meisner's The Far Side of Paradise, Robert Payne's The Gold of Troy. Here are the subjects: Heinrich Schliemann, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Abraham Lincoln.
Prairie Years is Lincoln. Prairie Years is Lincoln.
Far Side is F. Scott.
Far Side is F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Schliemann.
Gold is the Schliemann. The other one did not.
That is a correct answer for 20 points. Toss-up question. James Michener wrote a novel about it the same year it became a state. Name it. Heber Springs, Frank.
Hawaii.
Hawaii is correct. Bonus question. Besides the lymph glands, what other organ produces lymphocytes? Captain.
The liver.
Incorrect. The answer is the spleen. And that last sound that you heard signals the end of the second quarter. We will be moving into the third quarter, which, as you know, is a 60-second round. Here are the categories that you should be thinking over: Shakespeare, nuclear physics, U.S. geography. And as the teams think over these three choices for the third round, we'll be back in just a moment.
Next time at Degrassi Junior High, it's graduation time.
Well, your places, please. Here we are. Last exam, last period.
The big breaks.
Before you know it, we'll be famous. We're gonna be rock stars.
The tough breaks.
Look, I know how you feel. No, you don't. I don't want to be stuck in grade 8.
Degrassi Junior High.
The Quiz Bowl format emphasizes quick recall of general academic knowledge expected of high school students and beyond. Now we want to get back to the match, but first let me tell you that the teams today are competing for the grand prize of $1,000 scholarships for each member of the winning team in the championship match. All other team members participating today will receive cash awards of varying amounts depending on how far their team advanced. So now we are moving into the third quarter of the match between Fort Smith Northside and Heber Springs. The score at this particular point is Fort Smith Northside 230, Heber Springs 30. Heber Springs, you have the first choice of the categories here. They are, again, Shakespeare, nuclear physics, and U.S. geography.
U.S. geography.
U.S. geography. And here are your 10 questions. Name the state that contains Lake Itasca, the source of the Mississippi River.
Minnesota.
Correct. The only state bisected by the Mississippi River.
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Correct. The only state that touches the Atlantic Ocean and the Great Lakes.
New York.
New York.
Correct. The only state that touches the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico.
Florida.
Florida.
Correct. The state with the longest shoreline of any inland state.
Florida.
Incorrect. Cape Lookout, Cape Fear, and Cape Hatteras are found in what state?
North Carolina.
Correct. Crater Lake National Park is located in which state?
Nevada.
Nevada.
Incorrect. What state has the largest Indian population?
Arizona.
Arizona.
Incorrect. On the map, what state was described by Irving Cobb as the figure of a camel attempting to rise?
Pass.
What state is the geographical center of North America?
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
That is correct. And that is all the questions. You correctly answered 6 of the questions for 60 points. North side, you have an opportunity at the questions that they either missed or passed on. And here's the first one. The state with the longest shoreline of any inland state.
Minnesota.
Incorrect. The next question. Crater Lake National Park is located in which state?
Oregon.
Correct. What state has the largest Indian population?
Oklahoma.
Correct. On the map, what state was described by Irving Cobb as the figure of a camel attempting to rise?
Alaska.
Incorrect. The answer there is Kentucky. Kentucky. Think about it. Paint a visual picture. The other question is, the state with the longest shoreline of any inland state is Michigan. Michigan. North side, you have the selection of the other 2 categories, and that would be Shakespeare and nuclear physics.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. We want you to name the Shakespearean characters. She was driven mad by Hamlet.
Ophelia.
Correct. Prophecies misunderstood precede his defeat by Macduff.
Macbeth.
Correct. He borrowed 3,000 ducats from Shylock.
Merchant of Venice.
Incorrect. He kills his wife, then executes himself when he learns of her innocence.
Othello.
Correct. This daughter of Lear refuses to flatter him.
Go. Desdemona.
Incorrect. Unable to trust her nurse, she risked death to avoid a forced marriage.
Pass.
Hamlet kills this king.
Claudius.
Correct. He is the mischievous sprite in Midsummer Night's Dream.
Puck.
Correct. She is Celia's best friend and daughter of a duke.
Cymbeline.
Incorrect. He is one of the two gentlemen of Verona.
Mercutio.
Incorrect. And Fort Smith Northside, that gives you 5 correct answers for 50 points. Heber Springs, you have an opportunity for the questions that were missed, and here they are. He borrowed 3,000 ducats from Shylock.
Pass.
This daughter of Lear refuses to flatter him.
Portia.
Incorrect. Unable to trust her nurse, she risked death to avoid a forced marriage.
Juliet.
Correct. She is Celia's best friend and daughter of a duke.
Portia.
Incorrect. He is one of the two gentlemen of Verona.
Pass.
Okay. The answer there would be Valentine or Proteus. Celia's best friend, Rosalind. The daughter of Lear, who refused to flatter him, Cordelia. And the gentleman who borrowed the ducats was Antonio. So Heber Springs, you picked up, I believe, one of the answers there for 10 points. And that makes the score Northside 300, Heber Springs 100. We're heading into the fourth quarter, and we will be back in just a moment.
Representing 227 schools around the state. The regional playoff cut it to only 64 teams still in the running to see who would continue on to the state finals. Quiz Bowl 88 was well underway, and now there are only 8 teams left in the quarterfinal round. Here is how the action progressed. In the opening match, it was number 1 seeded Fort Smith Northside versus number 8 seed Green Forest. Would we see an upset in the early stages of the competition? No, it was not to be, as Northside moved on to the next round with a victory. Match number 2 saw number 4 seeded Heber Springs against number 5 seed Jonesboro in the match of the day. Heber Springs prevailed for the win. Match number 3 saw newcomer Little Rock Central seeded number 2 against number 7 seed Stuttgart. The winner, Little Rock Central. And finally, last year's state champions Pine Bluff seeded number 3 went up against number 6 seed Hope. Would the champs continue on in their quest for a 3rd consecutive championship? Or would Hope pull off the upset? Yes, we will not have a repeating champion this year, as Pine Bluff was defeated. But there's still more to come as we continue our finals competition. Which team will represent our state at the Nationals? Let's find out as we return to the AETN studio and our live coverage of Quiz Bowl 88, a unique competition where every team is a winner.
230 teams started this tournament in March, and we are now down to our final 4 teams. In the Arkansas Quiz Bowl State Academic Contest, we've seen some excellent contests, and we've seen some excellent teams, and these teams are no exception. The live broadcast today is a cooperative effort by the Arkansas Educational Television Network and the Arkansas Department of Education. The Quiz Bowl is part of the department's state recognition program. We're going into the fourth quarter of this first semifinal match with the score Northside High School from Fort Smith 300 and Heber Springs 100. And here's the first toss-up question. Match these novels: Bleak House, Heartbreak House, The House of Seven Gables, The Fall of the House of Usher, with their respective authors: Edgar Allan Poe, Charles Dickens, George Bernard Shaw, Nathaniel Hawthorne. Heber Springs, Laura.
Bleak House was Dickens.
I'm sorry. Captain, I'm going to have to call you on this. There was conferencing among team members, Northside, we have to give you the opportunity. We found conferencing on the toss-up question. We can't allow that. Northside. Corey.
Bleak House, Dickens, Heartbreak House, Shaw, House of Seven Gables, Hawthorne, Fall of the House of Usher, Poe.
That is correct for 10 points. Next question. Meat from very young cattle, usually less than 3 months, is called a Northside Chuck.
Veal.
Veal is correct. On what day of the year were these famous people born? Neil Simon, Ann Landers, Abigail Van Buren, Mitch Miller, Louis Armstrong, Calvin Coolidge, Nathaniel Northside. Corey.
July the 4th.
July the 4th is correct. What word describes a stream larger than a brook but smaller than a river? And also, Northside. Corey.
Creek.
Creek is correct. Next question. Many European kings shared the same given name, of course. What is the single name shared by these three kings? An English king of the House of Stuart, a French king aided by Joan of Arc, and Northside. Chuck.
Charles.
Charles is correct. What ink for drawing carries the name of an Asian Heber Springs Frank?
India ink.
India ink is correct. The system whereby any one of the three governmental branches of the United States is kept from Northside. Corey.
Checks and balances.
Checks and balances is correct. The state motto of Arkansas is Regnat Populus, which means what? Northside. Todd.
People rule.
The people rule is correct for 10 points. What is a flautist? Heber Springs. Nikki.
A person that plays the flute.
A flute player, yes. You probably have made something that consists of paper mache. How do you spell paper mache? Heber Springs. Frank.
P-A-P-E-R-M-A-I-C-H-E.
Incorrect. Northside. Chuck.
P-A-P-I-E-R-M-A-C-H-E.
Oh, okay. That is an incorrect answer. There has to be a hyphen between the words paper and mache. British genealogists say that what ruler of Camelot was not just a legend. Northside. Chuck.
Arthur.
King Arthur is correct for 10 points. The wooden U.S. frigate Constitution, Old Ironsides, was saved from the scrapyard when A, England said that it wanted to put the ship in a maritime museum at Land's End. B, the Daughters of the American Revolution formed a human blockade around the ship and negotiated its reconstruction. C, President Jackson personally ordered that not a plank of the old war horse be touched. Or D, millions of school children contributed pennies for its restoration. Northside. Corey.
D, millions of school children provided
They's pennies, right. Correct answer.
tokens.
A German poet named Schiller wrote a poem entitled William Tell. William's story was also told in an opera by an Italian named Rossini. William Tell, a remarkable archer, was neither German nor Italian. Northside. Chuck.
Swiss.
He was Swiss. That is a correct answer. Rangul St. Elias, Gates of the Arctic, and Denali are the three largest national parks of the United States in gross acreage. Where are all three? Northside. Todd.
Alaska.
Alaska is a correct answer. An example of biological survival weapons is the nicotine synthesized by the tobacco plant, which is its defense against sunlight, insects, herbivores. Heber Springs. Laura.
Herbivores.
Incorrect. Or man. Northside. Chuck.
Insects.
Insects is a correct answer. Playwright, poet, and author Archibald MacLeish was also founder of A, the American Cancer Society, B, the Screenwriters Guild, C, Alcoholics Anonymous, or D, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. Heber Springs. Tommy.
B, the Screenwriters Guild.
Incorrect. Northside. Chuck.
D, the United States, that thing.
We got an incorrect buzz from the judge. He really needs for you to spell out or at least give the acronym for it. Okay, so the answer is D, UNESCO. UNESCO. 41. Next question. Jessica Mitford wrote The American Way of Death, a critical look, and that signals the end of this match. Great job by both teams. The score of this match was Northside 420, Heber Springs 120. We will be back in just a moment for the next semifinal match between Little Rock Central and Hope High School.
Hello, I'm Virginia Scoggins. I'm the coach of the Pine Bluff High School Quiz Bowl team. I would like to welcome you to the Region 8 playoff tournament. Quiz Bowl is a unique competition in that every team is a winner.
This was the setting for one of the regional playoffs held at sites across the state on April 12th. 64 teams competed to determine which 8 teams would continue to the quarterfinal matches held earlier here at AETN. In Region 1 competition held at North Arkansas Community College in Harrison, teams were represented by Flippin, Siloam Springs, Green Forest, Yellville Summit, Berryville, Huntsville, West Fork, and Harrison. The winner in Region 1, Green Forest. Region 2 action was held at Batesville Intermediate School. The competing teams were Batesville, Viola, Midland, Heber Springs, Salem, Newport, Mammoth Springs, and Searcy. The winner in Region 2, Heber Springs. Competition was held at Harrisburg Elementary School for Region 3. Teams involved were Corning, East Poinsett County, Piggott, Rivercrest, Jonesboro, Hoxie, West Memphis, and Brooklyn. The winner in Region 3, Jonesboro. Region 4 at Charleston High School involved the following teams: Fort Smith Southside, Clarksville, Boonville, Greenwood, Fort Smith Northside, Cato Hills, Dardanelle, and County Line. The winner was Fort Smith Northside. Competition in Region 5 was held at Bryant High School. Teams participating were Lakeside and Hot Springs, J.A. Fair in Little Rock Central, Conway, Hot Springs, Cabot, Clinton, and Sheridan. The winner, Little Rock Central. Competing at Phillips County Community College in Helena, Region 6 teams were Wynn, White County Central, Lehigh and Marianna, Brinkley, Stuttgart, McRae, Beebe, and DeWitt. The winner, Stuttgart. Region 7 action was held at Ashdown High School. Teams competing were Hope, Foreman, Nashville, Smackover, Camden, Texarkana, Arkansas, Magnolia, and Camden Fairview. The winner, Hope. And finally, Region 8 competition was held at Dumas High School. Participating teams were Crossett, Arkansas City, Warren, Pine Bluff, Watson Chapel, Eudora, Lake Village Lakeside, and Dumas. The winner, Pine Bluff. AETN would like to congratulate not only these 64 teams, but all of the teams who participated in Quiz Bowl 1988, a unique competition where every team is a winner. And now, back to the competition.
Welcome back to the 1988 Arkansas Governor's Academic Contest. We've just completed one semifinal round, and now we're moving into our second semifinal match between the teams from Little Rock Central High School and Hope High School. And let's move right to meeting the members of these teams. Hope High School is represented by Captain John Self. John is a junior. He has been chosen to attend Arkansas Governor's School and Boys State this summer. He plans to attend Hendrix and pursue a career in medical research. Next is Tommy Thrash, also a junior. His favorite subjects in school are math and science, and he plans to major in business or engineering in college. Next we have a senior, Paul Reeves, a member of the National Honor Society, Beta Club, and FBLA, and also an honor roll student. He plans to attend Harding University and major in biology. And next we have Jason Stewart, also a senior. He has received the Bosch and Lum Honorary Science Award and attended the Arkansas Governor's School in 1987. He plans to attend Hendrix College in preparation for a career in medicine. The alternate for Hope High School is Michelle Griffin, who is a freshman, and she was a member of an Odyssey of the Mind team for her school that placed fourth at the World's Finals. And the sponsor of Hope High School is Judy Royston. This is Hope High School. Next, we have the team from Little Rock Central High School, represented by Captain David Henry. David is a senior. He is a National Merit Finalist, has received the Bosch and Lomb Science Award, the Harvard Book Award, and attended the Arkansas Governor's School. He plans to study engineering at either Rice or Stanford universities. Next is Alex Bilski, a senior who is a National Merit Finalist. He received the Vassar Book Award and the Rensselaer Mathematics and Science Award, attended the Arkansas Governor's School, and has been accepted at Yale University. Next is Catherine Barrier, a senior who is a National Merit Finalist and was accepted for the Duke Summer Program for verbally and mathematically precocious youth. She also plans to attend St. John's College in Annapolis, Maryland. And lastly, we have Chris Hiller, a senior who is a National Merit Scholar and placed 5th in Arkansas on the 5th-year National French exam. Plans to attend Stanford or Princeton and major in physical science or medicine. And the alternate for Central's team today is Karama Neal, a junior who has been selected to attend Arkansas Governor's School and Girls State. The sponsor of Little Rock Central is Charlie Brown. This is Little Rock Central. Teams, let me remind you of some of the sounds that you will be hearing throughout this fun round. This is the first sound that you will hear if you answer correctly. This is what you will hear if you make a mistake. Okay? This is what you will hear if I make a mistake. No, this is what you will hear if the time is up on you being able to answer a question. And this is the sound that you will hear at the end of a quarter. Now that we've got all that straight, we'll move into the first quarter round of toss-up questions. It's a 5-minute round. Good luck to both teams. Name the particular kind of service that was inaugurated by the U.S. Post Office in 1918. Central, Alex.
Next day mail service?
Incorrect. Hope, John.
First class?
Incorrect. It's airmail. Just airmail. Lebanon is now located on the site of what ancient Hope, John.
The Phoenicians?
The Phoenician civilization is correct. 50% of 50 plus 10% of 10 plus 100% of 100 equals what number? Central, David.
126.
126 is the correct answer. Name the study of society, societal institutions, and social behavior. Central, Alex.
Sociology.
Sociology is correct for 10 points. Colorado is our centennial state, having been admitted to the Union 100 years after the Declaration of Independence. Who was the president who signed the papers admitting Colorado into the Union? Hope, Paul.
Polk.
Time. Central, your opportunity. Chris.
Grant.
That is correct. U.S. Grant. U.S. Grant. Colorado's centennial is the subject and title of a book written by what? Hope, Paul.
Michener.
Written by what American author? James Michener. With what historical movement were John Knox, John Calvin, and Martin Luther associated? Central, Alex.
The Reformation.
The Reformation is correct for 10. Did Congress approve the establishment of the Civil Rights Commission during the Truman, Eisenhower, Johnson, or Nixon? Central, Catherine.
Johnson.
Incorrect. Which administrations of those four? Hope. Tommy.
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower is a correct answer for 10 points. Here's the math question for you. Find the quotient of minus 20 x cubed y squared z divided by negative 5 x cubed y. Hope, Tommy.
4yz.
4yz is correct for 10 points. Robert Southey and Samuel Taylor Coleridge were not only Lake poets, but were related in what way that Edward Kennedy and Sergeant Shriver were also related? Hope, Paul.
Brothers-in-law.
Brothers-in-law is correct for 10. How many wings does a flea have? Hope, Jason.
None.
None is correct. Predictions of developments and events in the earth sciences are generally based on what theory? New Ice Age, Doomsday Thesis, Big Bang Theory, or plate tectonics? Hope, Paul.
Plate tectonics.
Plate tectonics is correct for 10 points. 2 government agencies guarantee deposits in the nation's financial institutions. One of them is the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Name the other one. Hope, John.
FSLIC.
That is correct. The FSLIC, Federal Savings and Loan Insurance Corporation. Where would you find the ozone layer? Hope, Paul.
In the upper atmosphere.
More specific, please.
The outer layer of the atmosphere.
That is incomplete. Central, let me give you the options that you have. The troposphere, the stratosphere, the ionosphere, or the exosphere. Central, Alex.
The exosphere.
Incorrect. It's the stratosphere. Stratosphere. How do you spell intercede? Hope, Tommy.
INTERCEDE.
Correct. What is the name for an organ that synthesizes specific chemical compounds, then secretes them? Central, Catherine.
Gland?
Gland is correct for 10 points. We have a math question here. Andy's gross salary is $820 a month. The following deductions are made from his check. 11% federal tax, 8% state tax, and $7.50 for union dues. What is his net salary for a month? Central, David.
$715.
Not quite. Hope. Okay, we'll have to call time on. The answer was $656.70. That loud obnoxious buzzer you just heard signals the end of the first quarter, and the score is Hope 90, Central 50. We'll be back in just a moment for the second round.
When their mother dies, a brother and sister begin a remarkable journey.
We're leaving Australia. We're going home. To England.
If they don't turn up, I'm going to go out and find them myself.
Bloody kids! You was gonna snitch my rabbits, wasn't you? Wasn't you?
Dan O'Herlihy stars in A Waltz Through the Hills on the next Wonderworks.
John Dewey once said that a great society not only searches out excellence, but rewards it when it is found. We would like to congratulate the students today for their commitment to academic excellence, and also to all the students that have competed in the academic contests throughout this past year. Congratulations to all of these teams. We're moving into the second round now, the second quarter of this semifinal match between Little Rock Central High School and Hope High School. And the score to this point is Hope 90, Little Rock Central 50. This is a toss-up round. However, if you answer the question correctly, your team gets an opportunity to answer a 20-point bonus question. And here's the first toss-up. What mark of punctuation indicates greater separation than a comma? Central, Alex.
Semicolon.
That is incorrect. Hope, let me finish the question. But less than a parenthesis. Excuse me. Hope, Paul.
Hyphen.
That is incorrect. It's a dash. Oh, that is correct. Okay, gave you credit for that. Excuse me. A hyphen or a dash. Congratulations. Famous composer Ludwig van Beethoven suffered from a physical disability during his later years. What was it? Central, Catherine. I'm sorry, you're right. Thank you for correcting me. We go to a bonus question, Hope. The first time I saw Brenda, she asked me to hold her glasses. What Philip Roth novel begins with this sentence?
No answer.
No answer. The answer is Goodbye, Columbus. Goodbye, Columbus. We'll throw out the Beethoven deafness question. Here's the next one. In one of Shakespeare's great tragedies, Othello accuses Desdemona of hypocritical grief. He says that her tears are false. From the exchange that occurs between the two characters, a common expression has arisen. Hope, Paul.
Crocodile tears.
That is correct. Crying crocodiles. Hope, here's your bonus question. It was the first encounter between Napoleon Bonaparte and the British tactical genius Horatio Nelson. Britain's victory assured her ascendancy as the dominant sea power of the world. Name the 1798 battle.
I don't know. It's by Gibraltar, whatever it is.
Battle of Gibraltar?
Incorrect. It is the Battle of the Nile. Battle of the Nile. Toss-up question. Morphologically, it is a spore-bearing leaf consisting of an anther and a filament. It is the organ of a flower that produces the male gamete. What is it called? Hope, Paul.
Stamen.
That is correct for 10 points.
We got to get a bonus,
Hope, your bonus question. It was once believed that the Earth, because of its iron core, was just a huge magnet. However, the core is liquid and would not normally be magnetized. What then causes the Earth to have its magnetic field?
Rotation.
Rotation on axis.
Rotation.
Rotation on its axis.
On its axis.
Give you credit for that one.
About time.
The rotation stirs the core. Next question. A haberdasher makes men's hats. Who makes women's hats? Central, Catherine.
A milliner.
Milliner is correct for 10. Central, here's your bonus question. It is a math question. Find the quotient of y squared minus 7y plus 10 divided by y minus 5.
Y minus 2.
Y minus 2 is correct. Toss up. It is a body shaped so as to produce aerodynamic reaction with a small air resistance. The term may apply to wings or other parts of an airplane. But what is the term? Central, David.
Foil.
Incorrect. We need a more complete answer. Hope, John.
Aerodynamic.
Incorrect. We were looking for airfoil. Airfoil. It's better known as West Germany, but what is the official name? Hope, Tommy.
Federal Republic of Germany.
That is correct. German Federal Republic. Bonus question. The words to which Mozart opera were written by a one-time New Jersey storekeeper, Lorenzo da Ponte.
What's the question?
Figaro.
Incorrect. The answer is Don Giovanni. Don Giovanni. Toss-up question. In photography, what does SLR stand for? Central, David.
Single lens reflex.
That is correct. Bonus question. During the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln changed commanders of the Army of the Potomac 5 times. Name 4 of the 5 generals or commanders of that army. And I'll tell you that Grant was not one of them.
McClellan. Sherman.
Okay, that was an incorrect answer. So let me give you the rest of them. McDowell, McClellan, Hooker, Burnside, and Meade. Toss up. Match these 4 men: Ivan Pavlov, Wilhelm Röntgen, Albert Camus, Lester Pearson, with their respective Nobel Prize categories. That signifies the end of the quarter, and we'll just throw that question out. The score at this point is Hope 150, Little Rock Central 90. We'll be moving into the third quarter, which is the 60-second round. Teams, you need to consider these 3 categories: vocabulary, spirit of 76, animals. And as they consider those categories, we'll take a brief break.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton. You know, there's a whole world beyond the stars that we don't know about. On our next Reading Rainbow, I'm inviting any aliens that might be watching to explore the wonders of planet Earth. We'll find out how we listen for signs of life in the universe and visit a special eye that can see deep into outer space. For a show that's clearly out of this world, watch Reading Rainbow right here on PBS.
Little Rock Central and Hope High School. We're moving into the third round, which is the 60-second round. At this point, Little Rock Central is behind, so you have the first choice of the 3 categories. They are vocabulary, spirit of 76, animals.
Would like vocabulary, please.
Vocabulary. And the question, here's a multiple choice vocabulary quiz. Does ameliorate mean hasten, delight, improve, or ruin?
Improve.
Correct. Does anathema mean cloud formations, curse, slander, or ether? Ether, excuse me.
Slander.
Incorrect. Does apocryphal mean oriental, doubtful, paradoxical, or ancient?
Doubtful.
Correct. Does avaricious mean covetous, starved, insidious, or generous?
Covetous.
Correct. Does cavil mean hesitate, play, find fault, or hamper?
Find fault.
Correct. Does concomitant mean agreeable, fortuitous, accompanying, or equal?
Accompanying.
Correct. Does contentious mean withheld, satisfied, encompassed, or quarrelsome?
Quarrelsome.
Correct. Does corporeal mean heavenly, obese, bodily, or martial?
Bodily.
Correct. Does cupula mean halo, Venetian cut? That was 7 correct answers for 70 points. Hope, the one question that we got to that they were not able to answer is this. Does anathema mean cloud formations, curse, slander, or ether?
Ether.
Incorrect. The answer is curse. Curse. Of the 2 remaining categories, Hope, would you like to have Spirit of 70? Okay, that's correct. I need to give you at least part of the one question that we read. Does cupula mean halo, Venetian?
Venetian. Halo.
Halo.
Incorrect. It's dome. It means dome. I didn't even get to that one. Okay, but we needed to give you at least that much. Hope, Spirit of 76 or animals?
Animals.
Were cats first tamed by the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Romans, or the Siamese?
Egyptians.
Correct. Is the cat's strongest sense smell, vision, hearing, or balance?
Balance. Balance.
Incorrect. Which of a whale's 5 senses is very highly developed?
It's hearing.
Correct. Which of the following is not a type of whale? Humpback, bowhead, pygmy, blue nose.
Bowhead.
Incorrect. Did cattle originally come from China, India, Egypt?
India.
Correct. What religion declares cows to be sacred?
Hindu.
Hindu.
Correct. Which of the following is not a breed of beef cattle? Hereford, Guernsey, Shorthorn, or Brahman?
Brahman.
Brahman.
Incorrect. What country has more cattle than any other country, yet the lowest?
India.
Correct. The first domesticated bird was most probably what?
The falcon.
Falcon.
Incorrect. The red fleshy growth on top of a chicken's head is called what?
Crown.
Crown.
Incorrect. And that is all 10 questions with 5 correct answers for 50 points. Now, Central, you have an opportunity to pick up some points here by answering these questions. Is the cat's strongest sense smell, vision, hearing, or balance?
Smell.
Incorrect. Which of the following is not a type of whale? Humpback, bowhead, pygmy, blue nose.
Blue nose.
Correct. Which of the following is not a breed of beef cattle? Hereford, Guernsey, Shorthorn, or Brahman?
Guernsey.
Correct. The first domesticated bird was most probably what?
Dove.
Incorrect. The red fleshy growth on top of a chicken's head is called what?
No answer.
Okay. The answer to that is comb. The first domesticated bird is chicken. The cat's strongest sense is vision. And that is the end of the third quarter, which gives us the scores. Hope 200 and Central 180. In just a moment, we'll be back for the concluding quarter of this semifinal match.
It's the educator.
Mrs. Hickenbacker.
One of my boys, he tells me you're having trouble getting your students to study literature, right? Well, here. Take this. I think it'll take care of your problem. Put it in the machine over there. Now, this place, they call AETN, has what they call an educative services department, see? And they offer over 150 instructional series to the elementary and secondary schools. As a matter of fact, AETN is known around the country as a leader in providing quality instructional programming.
Oh, educator, that's exactly what I needed. Thank you so much.
Oh, nothing to it, but it's really an offer you shouldn't refuse. And if you want to talk to any of these guys at AETN about anything, just put a dime on your phone, right? And dial 329-3887 and ask for the Educative Services Department. And what's your name, Mrs. Mrs. Hickenbacker?
Yes, educator?
Remember, school is always in on AETN.
Welcome back to this semifinal match between Little Rock Central High School and Hope High School. We have an extremely close match with Hope holding a 20-point lead, 200-180. Teams, this is the fourth quarter, the last quarter, and it's made up exclusively of toss-up questions. Good luck to both teams. Claude Monet was an impressionist painter. Did he paint mostly landscapes, portraits, seascapes, or still lifes? Central, Catherine.
Landscapes.
Landscapes is correct. One American sporting event has far more rules governing play than any other. Hope, Paul.
Football.
Football is correct for 10. What happened on November 22nd, 1842 in the state of Washington that happened again with more media attention in the same place on May 18th? Hope, John.
Mount St. Helens erupted.
That is correct for 10. What toe is the foot reflexology pressure point for the head? Central, Alex.
The big toe.
The big toe is correct. The yellow color found around volcanic vents and hot springs is probably due, Hope, Paul.
Sulfur.
To sulfur, yes. Skin color is mainly determined by the amount of what dark brown? Central, Chris.
Melanin.
Melanin is correct. Math question. Don is 4 times as old as Linda. In 10 years, Don will be twice as old as Linda. How old are they now? Hope, John.
Linda is 15 and Don is 30.
Incorrect. Central. Alex.
Linda is 5 and Don is 10.
Incorrect. It is Linda's 5, Don is 20. Next question. What is the average of 180, 24, 3.2, and 0.48? Central, Chris.
51.92.
51.92 is correct. Which of the following developments did not characterize the Middle Ages? Nationalism, guilds, hope, Paul.
Nationalism.
Nationalism is correct. Spell the name. Spell the name of the vegetable that begins with the letter Z. Central, David.
Z-U-C-C-H-I-N-I.
Yes, that is correct for zucchini. Its chemical symbol is PO4. The Central, Alex.
Phosphate.
Yes, that is correct, phosphate ion. When Jesse brought his 7 sons to see Samuel, the prophet was not satisfied. Hope, Paul.
He wanted to see David.
He wanted to see David, yes. What is the Russian word for a cart pulled by 3 horses, which referred to the Russian Central Catherine?
Troika.
Troika is correct. A punctilious person is one who is careful to observe the fine points of behavior. How do you spell punctilious? Central, Alex.
Punctilious.
That is correct for 10 points. In a masterpiece of understatement, the hero of a famous novel says, "I was exceedingly surprised with the print of a man's naked foot on the shore." Who was the surprised gentleman? Central, Chris.
Robinson Crusoe.
Robinson Crusoe is correct. That footprint was made by the man who became Hope Paul. Friday is correct. The Otto engine was an early engine that operated on coal gas. What invention made it possible for the automobile engine to run on gasoline? Central, Alex.
The combustion engine.
Incorrect. Hope. John.
Fractional distillation tower.
Incorrect. It's the carburetor. What is the largest kind of penguin called? Hope. Paul.
The king penguin.
Incorrect. Central, Alex.
The emperor penguin.
Yes, the emperor penguin. What have Soviet scientists described as having a tremendously harmful psychic effect on young people? Hope, Paul.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll music, yes. The Rock Island Railway took its name from a town across the river from Davenport. In what state is Rock Island located? Hope, John.
Iowa.
Incorrect. Central. Alex.
Delaware.
Incorrect. It's Illinois. No conferencing during this toss-up round now. Remember that. How do you spell iridescent? Central, Alex.
IRIDISCENT.
Okay. That was an incorrect answer. However, Hope does get an opportunity to spell this correctly. John.
IRRIDESCENT.
That is incorrect. It is 1RIRIDESCENT. That's the end of the match in an extremely close match. Congratulations. The final score of that semifinal match was 280 Central, 270 Hope. An excellent match. We will be back in just a few moments for the final match between Northside and Central.
A Pine Bluff High School team has participated in the Arkansas Quiz Bowl Finals 2 of the last 3 years, and both of those years they came home with the first place trophy. Well, this year's Pine Bluff team is already on the path to victory with a win in their regional competition. What makes the Pine Bluff team so successful? For that answer, I'm here at Pine Bluff High School visiting with Mr. Elgie Goss, the school's principal.
We get real excited here at Pine Bluff High School about the academic competition that we have the opportunity to participate in. This year, we had 160 students to try out for the Quiz Bowl team. When you consider this, probably this was more than any other activity on the campus. For instance, in football, we had approximately 135 students to go out for football. I believe that all activities are important, and we try and give every student on our campus the opportunity to participate in whatever level or whatever activity that they would want to participate in. We have been very fortunate, and yet the students have worked hard, but in our last 4 years, this being the 4th year, we will have taken part in the state tournament, and out of the first 3 years, we won the state championship. To me, when you see students that are equally as excited about academics as they are sports, then we're putting it all together.
Mr. Goss, what is it about Pine Bluff High School that creates such a high level of success in the Quiz Bowl competition?
Kim, whatever Pine Bluff High School is or will ever be really depends on the staff. And I think, first of all, of our certified staff. And Mrs. Scoggins has taken on this task as being the coach. However, she would be the first to say that it takes many more people than just the one coach. They all work together. The teachers are excited about this too, but actually Mrs. Scoggins, she donates her time. And many mornings at 7:30 she's here, or even at 7 o'clock at lunch period and at noontime. And the thing that's so exciting that they seem almost hyper. They're running to the Apple computer. They're running to the media center for knowledge. And what more could you ask for?
You mentioned before that more students tried out for the Quiz Bowl competition than your other sporting activities. What do you think created this interest in Quiz Bowl as opposed to your other sporting activities?
Well, of course, we've been quite successful, and you can't deny the fact that people love success. And now this makes 3 years out of the last 4 that we will compete in the state tournament. And 2 out of the last 3 years we won the state championship. So they're aware of this. They want to be a part of it. And more than just the students becoming excited, the entire community is excited. And you know, just as we would look at a championship football team as we did when I moved in here a number of years ago, because they're all fine, but I remember at one time when we only had football and basketball. Now we can get excited about many things. Our master knowledge. We won 5 consecutive championships in a row. And the last one, which ties in with Quiz Bowl, the last one we competed, I believe it was 1,143 teams around over the nation, and we finished number 27. And so we can talk about good things and become positive, have a good positive attitude, and builds a self-esteem.
Do all the students participate in Quiz Bowl, or is it just the little clique groups, the more academic-minded students, or do any of them go out for Quiz Bowl?
The more academic-minded students naturally are going to be the ones that will try out. But we try to keep down the little cliques, as you know, and we all know it's hard to do. We would like, you know, for everyone to take part. The one thing that I think that we have to fight against is that a smaller number take part in activities, and then those that really need to take part sometimes do not. So we continually promote this, and once again, going back though, with all the vastness that we have in our extracurricular activities, we would like to involve every student.
Thank you very much, Mr. Goss, for your time. I appreciate it, and good luck in the competition. I'm Kim Warden reporting for Quiz Bowl on the road. Now, back to the competition.
Welcome back to the final round of the Arkansas Governor's Academic Contest. We have 2 excellent teams here in the finals, Little Rock Central High School and Fort Smith Northside. But before we meet those team members again, we also want to introduce to you the judges, timekeepers, other people that are helping us with today's match. First, serving as judge for the competition today is Bill Dempsey, who is an academic coach from Arkansas High School in Texarkana. The other officials for today's matches are Dr. Roy Wood and Anna Talbert, who are from the Department of Education, Diane Williams from Carson and Williams Communications, Sam Stewart, the principal and academic coach at J.A. Fair High School, Robert Watson and Steve Patterson, who are academic coaches at Arkadelphia High School, which, by the way, was the second-place team in last year's competition. These officials will be serving and have been serving as timekeepers, scorekeepers, and subject area judges. Teams, we want to introduce you also to our audience one more time. First, for Fort Smith Northside, we have Captain Todd Solar. We've all heard about Todd, and Todd, congratulations for getting this far and good luck. Next is Corey Sparks, who is a senior at Fort Smith Northside. Next, we have Chuck Eastwood and Sam McIntosh. The alternate for Northside is Kenneth West, and the sponsor for Fort Smith Northside is Larry Jones. This is Fort Smith Northside. Our other finalist team is made up of David Henry, a senior from Little Rock Central High School. Next to him is Alex Bilski, who is also a senior. Next we have Catherine Barrier, also a senior at Little Rock Central, and Chris Hiller, all seniors from Little Rock Central. Their alternate is Karama Neal, a junior, and the sponsor is Charlie Brown. This is the final team from Little Rock Central High School. Teams, I want to remind you of what these sounds are that we're going to be hearing. You've heard them all afternoon, and you're going to hear them some more. If you answer correctly, which we hope to hear a lot of this sound, this is what you'll hear. A bing, a ding. If you answer incorrectly, this is what you'll hear. When time is up on you being able to answer a toss-up question, you will hear this. And time at the end of a quarter is this sound. We will now move into the first quarter, which are exclusively toss-up questions. Good luck to both teams. You've done an excellent job to this point, and we know that you're going to provide us with a great match. First question. Opposition to an electrical current in a conductor is called what? Northside, Corey.
Resistance.
Resistance is correct for 10 points. One of the most vocal advocates of an active emancipation policy during the Civil War was the editor of the New York Tribune. Northside, Corey.
Greeley.
Horace Greeley is correct for 10 points. The prime meridian is called by another name after the borough in southeast London through which it passes. Central, Alex.
Greenwich Mean Time.
That is correct for 10 points. Name the 3 major temperature scales. Northside, Todd.
Kelvin, Celsius, and Fahrenheit.
Correct for 10. In reading a thermometer, math question, Mr. Davis mistakenly observed a temperature of 72 degrees instead of 77 degrees. What was his percentage of error to the nearest tenth of a percent? Not in time. We'll have to call time on that. The answer is 6.5%. 6.5%. Next question. The following lines are by a poet known as the chief interpreter of New England, though he was born in San Francisco. Most of the change we think to see in life is due to truths being in and out of favor. Northside, Chuck.
London.
Incorrect. Central. Alex.
Thoreau.
Incorrect. The answer is Robert Frost in The Black Cottage. How much time is a team permitted to run a play in pro football? Northside, Todd.
25 seconds.
Incorrect. Central. Alex.
30 seconds.
30 seconds is correct. I'd like to take a moment just to caution teams to not confer or to look to each other for answers during or confirmation during the toss-up round. Not surprisingly, this Connecticut city is at the mouth of the Thames River. Name it. Northside, Todd.
New London.
New London is correct. What historical event is usually considered to signify the beginning of the Dark Ages? Northside, Corey.
The fall of Rome.
Correct. His books include Venetian Life, the result of his trip to Italy, a modern instance dealing with the failure of a marriage, A Hazard of New Fortune set in New York, A Traveler from Altruria about the author's utopia, and The Rise of Silas Lapham, depicting a self-made man. Name the author. After reading all of that, no guess. Okay, William Dean Howells. Next question. The area of a square is 196 square inches. What is the length of the side? Central, Alex.
14.
14 is correct. Nepotism is the process by which elected office holders give jobs to members of their own families. Nepotism comes from the Latin word meaning what? Central, Alex.
Grandson.
Incorrect. Hint, it's a relative. Northside. Time. A nephew. Nephew. Read it, play it, look at it, or sing it. How would you best admire the work of Franz Hals? Northside, Todd.
See it.
That is correct. Look at it. What scientific term denotes a homogeneous substance composed of 2 or more chemical elements, the proportions? Northside, Sam.
Compound.
Compound is correct for 10 points. What is the smallest number of states through which one could pass traveling by land from Canada to Mexico? Northside, Chuck.
5.
Incorrect. Central. Alex.
4.
Incorrect. 3. Washington, Oregon, and California. What is the French phrase which means a thing already done, so that the opposite or any other argument about it is useless? Time. Fait accompli. What is 4 cubed minus 2 to the 6th power? Northside, Corey.
0.
0 is correct for 10. This scarf has broad ends which are worn looped under the chin. It's named for an English village which is famous for its horse races. Name this large necktie. Central, Catherine.
Ascot.
An ascot is correct. What is the colloquial name given? Scares me too every time. That's the end of the first quarter with our score, Northside 80, Central 40. We'll take a brief break and be back for the second quarter in just a few moments.
Well, this is it. Today is the final step on the long road to the Quiz Bowl finals. Each of you has worked hard together with your sponsors and captain. And although I'm not able to be with you today, I send you my heartfelt congratulations to all the teams for your efforts and accomplishments. As with any competition, not every team will be able to continue, but each of you can be proud of your outstanding achievements. So who will be the winner today? I think all of us can appreciate that there are no losers in this game. You're all winners.
Welcome back to this final match here in the Arkansas Governor's Academic Contest between Little Rock Central and Fort Smith Northside. Our score to this point is Northside 80, Little Rock Central 40. This is a toss-up round. However, if you correctly answer the question, your team gets an opportunity at a bonus question worth 20 points. And here is the first question. What is the colloquial name given to modern animals that have descended from a very ancient stock with comparatively little change, such as a coelacanth? Time. A living fossil. Living fossil. How do you spell predictable? Central, Alex.
P-R-E-D-I-C-T-A-B-L-E.
That is correct. Now for your bonus question. Write these names down. Alexander the Great, Aristotle, Plato, Socrates. Now tell me who taught whom.
Aristotle taught Alexander the Great. Socrates taught Plato.
It's an incomplete answer. We're looking for Socrates taught Plato. Plato then taught Aristotle, and Aristotle taught Alexander. No credit there. Toss-up question. This president promised that he would retire after one term, and he did. Was he John Quincy Adams? James Northside Chuck?
Polk.
Polk is correct for 10 points. Bonus question to Northside. Name the 5 excretory organs of the human body that form the mnemonic device skill. Mnemonic, excuse me. Spelling.
Large intestines. Sweat.
No answer, Captain?
Sweat. No answer.
Okay. What we're looking for is skin, kidneys, intestines, liver, and lungs. Toss-up question. What NATO country is as strategically important to the Soviets as Northside Chuck?
Turkey.
Incorrect. Central, let me finish the question. It is as strategically important to the Soviets as it is to NATO because its shared border with the Soviet Union is 78 miles from the Soviet naval complex at Murmansk. Central, Catherine.
West Germany.
Incorrect. The answer is Norway. Math question. A couple is engaged for 4 years, but they only stay married for a period 2 1/2 times the engagement. How long were they together from engagement to divorce? Central, Alex.
14 years.
14 years is correct for 10 points. Bonus question, Central. In 1927, Charles A. Lindbergh took off in the plane The Spirit of St. Louis at Roosevelt Field and made aviation history when he landed in France. At what field?
Orly.
Incorrect. We're looking for Le Bourget. Le Bourget. Toss-up question, both teams. A Hebrew word which translates into English as the phrase, so let it be, is often used in Christian. Central, Alex.
Amen.
Amen is correct for 10 points. Bonus question. Which poet and essayist gave us this terse thought? The only way to have a friend is to be one. Captain.
Mondaigne.
Pardon?
Mondaigne.
Incorrect. The answer is Ralph Waldo Emerson. Emerson. Toss up. What was the first country to be occupied by Nazi Germany? Central, Chris.
France, the Rhine.
Incorrect. Northside, Chuck.
Austria.
Austria is correct for 10 points. Northside, your bonus question is this. Write down the atomic number of hydrogen. Add the atomic number of helium, the atomic number of nitrogen, and the atomic number of oxygen. And what is the sum?
33.
Incorrect. It is 18. 18. That would be 1 plus 2 plus 7 plus 8. Toss up. Moses was guilty of what crime? Idolatry? Northside, Chuck.
He hit the rock twice.
Incorrect. Let me give you the complete choices. Central. Idolatry, covetousness, arson, or murder. Central, David.
Murder.
Murder is correct for 10 points. Bonus question. The first term of an arithmetic progression is 5, and the second term is 7. What is the sum of the first 10 numbers of the progression? Captain.
185.
That is incorrect. The answer we were looking for is 140. You heard two simultaneous sounds there, and one of them was that was the end of the quarter. We're going into the third quarter with the score Northside 100, Central 80, a very close match. Remember, teams that were the third round will be the 62nd round, and the team with the lowest score to this point, which would be Central, has first choice. The categories are Dickens, John F. Kennedy, and chemistry. And as the teams think over these choices, we'll take a break.
Adding to the excitement of Arkansas Quiz Bowl are these colorful banners made by each of the 8 schools participating in today's competitions. In a few moments, you'll see this year's winner. The blue ribbon went to Hope High School for this banner depicting the school mascot and one of Hope's famous seasonal residents, the watermelon. Quiz Bowl 88, a chance for young people to get involved artistically and academically. And now, back to the live action.
One aim of an education is to put each student in touch with the very best. And none of this today would be possible without all the academic coaching and counseling that these students have had from outstanding teachers and principals who have worked with the teams. These dedicated educators have given up their lunch periods, they've worked after school, they've worked on Saturdays with these students. And we want to congratulate the coaches of the 8 teams who came to the quarterfinals today, and also congratulate the coaches of the 222 other teams that participated in regional and local contests throughout the state. Teams were going into this third round, 62nd round, and Central, you have first choice of the categories Dickens, John F. Kennedy, and chemistry.
I'd like Dickens, please.
Name the Charles Dickens novels in which the following characters appear. John Jarndyce, Richard Carstone, and Esther Summerson.
Bleak House.
Correct. Wilkins McCawber, Edward Murdstone, and Uriah Heep.
David Copperfield. Correct.
Ebenezer Scrooge, Bob Cratchit, Tiny Tim.
A Christmas Carol.
Correct. Abel Magwitch, Philip Parrott, and Miss Havisham.
Great Expectations.
Correct. Little Nell, Kit Nubbles, and Richard Swiveller.
Martin Jesselman.
Incorrect. Madeline Bray, Newman Noggs, and Kate Nickleby.
The Adventures of Nicholas Nickleby.
Correct. Mr. Bumble, Fagin, and the Artful Dodger.
Oliver Twist.
Correct. Sam Weller, Martha Bardell, and Samuel Pickwick.
Nickwick Papers.
Correct. Sidney Carton, Charles Darnay, and Lucy Manette.
Tale of Two Cities.
Correct. Bitzer, Celia Jupe, and Louisa Gradgreen.
Hard Times.
Correct. That was 9 out of 10 correct answers for 90 points. Northside, you have an opportunity at one of the questions, and this is it. The characters are Little Nell, Kit Nubbles, and Richard Swiveller.
Same thing. Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist.
Incorrect. It would be the Old Curiosity Shop. The Old Curiosity Shop. Of the two remaining categories, Northside, John F. Kennedy and chemistry, which would you like to have?
JFK.
Here is the first question. John F. Kennedy graduated from what great university?
Harvard.
Correct. Kennedy made a heroic rescue of surviving crew members after a Japanese destroyer sank what boat he commanded?
UT-109.
Defeating Henry Cabot Lodge, he was elected senator from what state?
Massachusetts.
Correct. JFK received the Pulitzer Prize for what book in 1950?
Profiles in Courage.
Correct. What famous challenge did Kennedy give Americans at his 1961 inaugural address?
That's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Correct. President Kennedy visited the Berlin Wall in 1961. Speaking to West Berliners, he symbolized American friendship by proclaiming what?
Ich bin ein Berliner. I'm a Berliner.
Correct. What Cuban debacle proved a stunning setback for the new administration? Pardon?
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Correct. Give me the date of the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
November 23rd. November 23rd, 1963.
Incorrect. The president was pronounced dead at what Dallas hospital?
Memorial.
Incorrect. An eternal flame marks the Kennedy gravesite in what cemetery?
Arlington National Cemetery.
That is correct. You correctly... Okay. We've had a clarification from the judge. I gave credit for one question that I should not have. It was not a complete answer. So, Northside, you correctly answered 7 of the 10 questions for 70 points. Central, here are the 7 questions. Central, here's your opportunity. What Cuban debacle proved a stunning setback for the new administration in 1961?
The Bay of Pigs.
The Bay of Pigs is the answer we were looking for. Give me the date of the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
November 22nd, 1963.
That is correct, November 22nd. The president was pronounced dead at what Dallas hospital?
Dallas General.
Incorrect. It was Parkland Memorial Hospital. Parkland Memorial. And that was 2 correct answers for 20 points, giving us a score going into the fourth quarter of Central 190, Northside 170. We'll be back in just a moment for the fourth quarter toss-up round. We want to welcome you back to this final quarter of the final match of the 1988 Arkansas Governor's Academic Contest, or known as the Quiz Bowl. We have 2 excellent teams here, Little Rock Central and Fort Smith Northside, who are fighting head-and-head in a very tight battle. 190 Little Rock Central to 170 for Fort Smith Northside. This last quarter is 5 minutes, and it can make or break who's going to, or decide who's going to be our champion for this year. Good luck to both teams. You've done a great job. First toss-up question. What animal's head does the Hindu god of wisdom have? Northside, Corey.
Cow.
Incorrect. Central. Alex.
Bull.
Incorrect. It's the elephant. Lizards, snakes, turtles, and dinosaurs are or were ectotherms. What specifically is an ectotherm? Northside, Todd.
It's a cold-blooded animal that depends on heat for...
That is correct, cold-blooded animal. Next question. Since Jefferson was a widower, who became unofficial First Lady during his administration and official First Lady during the next? Central, Catherine.
Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison is correct for 10 points. Linz, Austria is a leading port on what river? Central, Alex.
Danube.
The Danube is correct. White Sands is in New Mexico. Where is White Plains? Central, Alex.
New York.
New York is correct. What is the base of a Briggs logarithm? Central, Alex.
The exponent.
Incorrect. North side. Sam.
E.
Incorrect. It's 10. 10. If you flew a polar course beginning at Washington, D.C., across the North Pole and continued without deviation, which of the following cities would you fly closest to? Chongqing, Calcutta, Moscow, or Warsaw? Central, Alex.
Warsaw.
Incorrect. North side. Chuck.
Chongqing.
Chongqing is correct for 10. What is an emergency throat operation to allow temporary north side, Todd?
Tracheotomy.
Tracheotomy is correct. Now, math question. The wood shop bought a new lathe for $1,600. A year later, the lathe was worth $1,300. What precisely was the yearly depreciation on the value of this machine? Central, Alex.
18%.
Incorrect. North side. Sam.
19%.
Incorrect. 18.75%. Arrange these key events in chronological order. Printing was developed in Europe. The Protestant Reformation took place. Galileo was criticized by the Pope. Newton's works were published. Central, Alex.
Newton's works were published. The printing press, Galileo, and the Reformation.
Incorrect. North side. Corey.
First of all, Galileo, then printing, then Reformation, then Newton.
Incorrect. It's printing, Reformation, Galileo, and Newton. What is the willful and malicious burning of property with criminal or fraudulent? North side. Corey.
Arson.
Arson is correct. What's the official language of Morocco, Tunisia, and Egypt? Central, Alex.
French.
Incorrect. North side. Corey.
Arabic.
Arabic is correct. Marilyn Monroe will be forever remembered for singing what song to President? North side. Chuck.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Incorrect. Let me finish the question. I can't finish the question. Central, Catherine.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you is correct without the question. 10 points. How do you spell barbarous? North side, Sam.
B-A-R-B-A-R-O-U-S.
That's correct for 10 points. What are the two words that mean all the water or oceans of the world, but have no literal meaning as the phrase preceded an exact knowledge of the world's bodies? North side, Chuck.
7 C's.
7 C's is correct. What do we call the transparent part of the eyeball that covers the iris and pupil? North side, Sam.
Cornea.
Cornea is correct. To scoff means to scorn. What does to doff mean? Central, Catherine.
Take off.
The takeoff is correct. What makes the yellow river yellow? Central, Catherine.
Mud.
Incorrect. Here are the answers. Here are choices. Plankton, food coloring, sewage, or a mixture of yellow clay and sand. North side, Corey.
A mixture of yellow clay and sand.
Correct for 10. Which nicknamed creature is an enemy of the other three? Elsie, Leo, Nanny, Peter. Central, David.
Leo.
Leo is correct. Solve completely. Math. XY equals... That's the end of the quarter. Well, that applause was definitely well-deserved. In a very, very close match, we have Northside 260, Central 250. We give our congratulations to both teams, and we'll take a break and come back later for a presentation from Brenda Matthews to the teams.
All right, I don't know how we could get much more exciting than that. Team score to be as close and both teams well deserving to win, but unfortunately, as in any contest, we can have only one winner. Throughout the day, unaware to the students and to most others, the Arkansas Activities Association has honored our students that have reached the state tournament level as an academic all-state team. Now, during the day, we have been keeping individual statistics and utilizing other pieces of criteria, and after the tournament is over, we will name a 5-member all-state team. We will have to announce this later because there won't be time today. We'll also name a most valuable player. The Executive Board of the Arkansas Activities Association unanimously agreed to make this honor on our students, or to bestow this honor on our students, and we certainly do appreciate that. We have with us today the Director of the General Education Division of the Arkansas Department of Education, Dr. Ruth Steele. She is here to make the presentations of the trophies to the various students. We have cash awards to the 2 third-place teams, $150 to each student. To the second-place team, we have a cash award of $250 to each student. And of our winning team, each student receives the $1,000 scholarship that has been mentioned earlier. I'd like for Dr. Steele to come forward now, along with Sterling Ingram, who is the Associate Director for Planning and Development at the department, and Mr. Ingram is the Associate Director for the division under which the state recognition program falls. Dr. Steele, any comments after watching the matches?
Well, it was very exciting, and I started thinking about it toward the end and wondering what would happen if we had to go into overtime, as they do in sports events. I'd like to simply congratulate all of the students who participated in the Final Four of the Arkansas Quiz Bowl, and to say to all of you and to your coaches and the teachers who helped you so much to get to this point that we appreciate very much what you've done, and we congratulate you, and we're very, very proud of you. We're also proud of your parents and all of the help that they have given to you, and we appreciate very much the support of your schools and the support of your teachers in bringing you to this point.
Mr. Ingram, do you have comments?
This is the most exciting thing I've experienced in a long time.
Good, good.
I was sitting over there, and my heart was just thumping and just thumping, and I couldn't decide who to root for, so I decided to root for both teams, and I would always come out a winner. We'd like to congratulate all of the participants today, and I'm just so delighted to be here to assist Dr. Steele in making the awards for all of the young people and their coaches and for their teams. And we're just delighted with this event, and we hope to have it to grow as time goes on, where we can just have perhaps 2 of these instead of 1.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to call forward one of our third-place teams, Heber Springs High School. Please come join Dr. Steele, and we'll make an awards presentation up there.
I'd like to offer my special congratulations to Heber Springs and to introduce to you the captain of the Heber Springs Quiz Bowl team, and give her an opportunity to introduce her team members and present you this 3rd-place trophy.
Thank you.
You want to set it down?
Yep. Okay, I'm Laura Hillard, and this is Nikki Ward, senior. This is my brother, Tommy Hillard, sophomore. Frank Stokes, junior. Jason Hayes, senior, and that's our sponsor, Mr. Storm.
The sponsors as well have received will receive a plaque which gives them some credit for all the work and all they've given, for your dedication and hard work in coaching a Quiz Bowl team that placed 3rd at the state championship tournament. So to the coach, thank you very much. The students each also receive a neck ribbon. All of the students that participate in the Quiz Bowl receive one of these, and we just didn't take time to individually present them so we could feature all 4 of the final teams. Heber Springs, thank you very much. This is their 3rd year to be here out of the 4 that we have held. So congratulations on that, and hope to see some of you back again. Thank you. Dr. Steele, next I have Hope High School. They also have placed 3rd now in the competition. They represented Region 7, which is a southwest Arkansas area. They had 33 teams competing in 4 regional sites when we started in March. The captain is John Self.
John, I want to give you my congratulations and to congratulate the members of your team and your coach for all of the work that you did to prepare for this day. And I'd like for everybody to note that as we sat here and watched Hope and Central, that Hope was just about 10 points behind Central at the close of that particular match, I believe. And so they're to be particularly congratulated for a very strong showing for their third place win tonight. Mr. Ingram, if you will help present the trophy. This is a third place trophy going to Hope High School. John?
Well, my name's John Self, and I'm a junior. This is Paul Reeves. He's a senior. Jason Stewart, he's a senior. Tommy Thrash, he's a junior. Our alternate, Michelle Griffin, she's a freshman. And our wonderful sponsor, Mrs. Royston. And we'd like to say hello to our team mascot, Mrs. Royston's monster child, Guy Superboy Royston.
And here is your plaque.
Thank you, John.
All right. Wow. While this team is moving off, the second place team, Little Rock Central High School, will be here, Dr. Steele. They received the second place trophy as well as the plaque for their coach. In addition, each student, as I mentioned earlier, will receive a $250 cash award.
You note that the trophies are getting bigger and a little bit more difficult for Mr. Ingram to hold here, but we're happy to present this second place trophy to Central High School in Little Rock and to invite David Henry to introduce the members of his team.
Our team is Alex Bilski, who's going to Yale, Catherine Barrier, Chris Hiller, who brought his Jayhawk key ring, and Karama Neal, our official alternate, and our silent alternate, Jesse Bolton. And our sponsor is Mr. Charlie Brown.
And Mr. Brown, here is your plaque.
Thank you.
Thank you, Central. You have played a terrific round in the tournament. Now calling forth our first place team, Fort Smith Northside High School. Story to tell on this that I feel like we have the time to do. Last year in the regional playoff matches, Fort Smith Northside, Fort Smith Southside each came in from their regional site to Little Rock to determine which team attended the state tournament. Last year in '87. At that time, Fort Smith Southside defeated Fort Smith Northside. Well, I know the rivalry in that town, and I know that was a very tight match. I was there at the time. Then whenever Fort Smith Southside came to our state tournament, each of the young men had a very nice boutonniere. I asked the coach, I said, now, this is unusual. Where did you get your boutonniere? And they said, I want you to know that the team members from the Northside High School sent us the boutonnieres. So when I first heard that this year in the regional playoff match, down again to the final two, Fort Smith Northside, Fort Smith Southside, but Northside won, the biggest question I had coming into this day was, will they arrive with a little flower? And if you notice, they did, and it was compliments of the Southside team. Even though they do have rivalry there in that town, they also all have character. So, Dr. Steele, the captain of this team is Todd Solar.
Congratulations, Todd, to you and members of your team. I'd like to give you the opportunity now to introduce your team members.
Okay. First, we have Sam McIntosh, the human computer. We have Chuck Eastwood, the procurer of all useless and macabre knowledge known to man. Kenneth West, we won a state championship in football together. Now we have academic ones. He's like a brother to me. And then Corey Sparks, who y'all can tell how good he is. I think he should be the MVP for this whole tournament. Finally, our sponsor, Mr. Jones.
Corey's been 3 years at this thing.
Congratulations. And Mr. Jones, this is for you. Right, that's right. Congratulations to our first place team. I mentioned earlier that 230 high school teams began this road to what we call the Final Eight. We had those 8 high schools arrive today in Conway at AETN. We played 4 matches this afternoon that were very, very good matches. We had here for you live 2 matches. I don't know how we could have scripted them better, and the final match, I don't know how it could have been better. 1,200 students started this competition in March. I have no way of knowing the number of teams that had local tournaments in their schools. I hope someday to be able to determine a number of students that are involved, the number that is involved in all of these Quiz Bowl competitions all over the state. We would like to encourage you to let your teams know that you support this effort, that it is an excellent way for Arkansas to showcase the brain power of our students. It is a game, and we hope that you found it exciting. We will call the first place team back on stage here, and we'll take a few pictures after it is over. I'd like to congratulate the superintendent, Benny Gooden, for his outstanding teams, and I understand the principal from Northside has been to every tournament, Mr. Bill Barndrick. So thank you for watching us today. Goodbye. Now.